Alright, tip of the spear. Not too worried about this mission. It's pretty smooth to speedrun, and that so far has been a decently accurate measure of how bad it'll be on LASO. Oh, I had the grenade launcher out. That's not what I wanted. So, first thing I'm going to want to do is snipe out the grunts on these turrets here. And then run back here. Oh, apparently get my shields dropped. Just less than ideal. But run back here. Oh, that's a bit scary. Shoot a couple grenades at that turret. Get him off the gunner seat there. And then drive on down here. Now, the good part about the anti-air turrets we need to take care of is they are actually destroyable just by shooting them from the outside. You gotta hit them, but it'll take 8 bursts from the rocket hog, and you can take it out without even getting close to it. There's a bunch of enemies in there. It's a really nasty fight, but you can just chill back here. It's very low risk. If you push up too far here trying to get an angle, you will trigger some skirmishers, which you want to be careful of. They just have needle rifles. It's, it's not the worst, but oh, I think I see one of them. Saw one of them poke their head up there. I think we were on 6 out of 8 rockets. Can't quite tell. I see it smoking. But, I'm not speedrunning, so there's no rush. I'll just shoot it till it blows up. That should certainly be enough. Now, it'll be fairly hard to hear at this distance, but you will be able to hear a little alarm go off when it's about to explode. Man, maybe it has upped health on LASO because of the mythic skull. That would make sense. Oh, I can hear the alarm now. So we are good to go. Skirmishers will run away when you do that. Now, there might be a ghost over here who will shoot at us, which is obviously less than ideal. Yeah, there he is. We just need to not die while we're waiting on this bridge to show up. And, oh, now that's bad. I was trying to get out and hide behind the warthog, but, well, we're in a bit of a rough position now. We'll see if we can get out, though. Not dead yet. Although, doing flips and getting hit by the big old concussion rifle-esque cannon on the Phantom is definitely not good. Managed to splatter that guy. Now there is a health pack here, which I recommend get out and grab if you need it. So that's a nice little checkpoint. And then in this section, there's going to be a bunch of enemies fighting some Marines over there. You're just going to want to ignore them. Flip your warthog, apparently. It seems to be the status quo for today. I've got the grenade launcher out, which is not what I want. You're going to want to run along the backside here. When you get to about this point, oh, that's bad. Don't get blown up there. Well, or do. Ideally, you want to snipe the grunt out of that turret and then keep running, but obviously, it's not always going to happen for you. And the fact that we're doing this on LASO, Thunderstorm Skull, means that he has a helmet, which means you need to double tap him instead of just single tap him, which isn't, monstrously more difficult, but definitely not nearly as nice. Oh, I need to get this guy. shields, but again, it's alright. Switching my grenade launcher there. And just pick up this warthog and run away.
Be advised, Pony has ID'd 2 hostile anti-aircraft guns southwest of your location.
Copy, Commander. New target 6.
And we go back to the very exciting shooting an anti-aircraft turret from a very long range away.
Julie before to Noble 1, those guns are pounding us with high-velocity plasma shells.
Which would mean a strike by the frigate Grafton is also out of the question.
Noble 6, all our birds are stuck out of range unless you can do something about those guns.
A couple of the shots are sort of scattering a little bit and hitting the cliffside there. Obviously, slightly less DPS, not ideal, but not a huge deal. Hear it.
Control to Lima 4, permission to commence bombing run. Heading
We'll see if we get unlucky with the ghosts again.
Commander, I'm going to set up a forward observation post here.
I don't know what determines whether the ghost will be up here or not. Because sometimes, as it is right there, shows up and shoots us some. Sometimes it just goes and minds its own business. And it looks like it may have already... No. Alright, so I'm just going to hide behind the warthog here until the bridge shows up, and then I'm going to get on that and floor it.
Bridge in position 6. Keep moving toward those spires. 6.
I don't think anything much will really chase you here.
Look at those spires. I'll be on comms.
Those skirmishers. Grab the health. Skirmisher actually kind of helping out by shooting me there. I got a shot in on me to drop my shields, which is unfortunate. And you know, I may actually... Obviously, you don't do this in a speed run, because you're trying to get it through as fast as possible. But I don't think the shade turret will actually engage me from over here. So if I can just spam it down with the rockets on the back of this, that will save me probably a lot of death. Yeah, there goes the shade turret. There's a couple other enemies as well. Now, I've just run past it every time. I assume it's not going to cause me any other problems, but there is, I don't know if I want to call it a phenomenon or whatever, but there is an issue with speedrunning that sometimes the first trick sets up the second trick and so forth. So by not running fast through this area, I might be screwing myself over by not getting to a place in time to stop spawns from happening. And hopefully that is not the case, but well, I guess we'll find out. Looks like the jackals are already looking at me, which is unfortunate. Get away from that if possible.
Friendly forces near the Covenant outpost have sighted a high-value target, an elite zealot in fact.
Zealot? We're on the site of Big Commander.
Eyes on the prize, Noble. Take out that tower if you get the chance.
It's T-posing on me.
Moving toward the spires.
The good news is you can just sort of beat them down. And we're going to be taking a little shortcut down at the bottom here. You might take a little bit of fire, but mostly the jackals leave you alone, and there's a lot of things to get in the way of their fire, so they'll probably miss. And then you're going to want to save your sprint till you get to the top up here, so that you can get through as unharmed as possible. And now the grunts actually don't spawn out here when you just run through it there, because you're not hitting the trigger point for them. I'm going to take a bit of fire here,
Update 6. Scans show another Covenant AA gun ahead of your location.
but we'll get through,
Neutralize that
no
gun
big issue.
by any means
I may stop and clear out these guys. You normally wouldn't in a speedrun, but no harm in being a little extra cautious here. Don't think they'd cause too many issues, but, you know. I'm pretty safe in the Revenant, and any safe way to take out enemies is a good way. Alright, and so what we're actually going to be doing to take out this here is there is a Warthog just sort of chilling up here. And we're going to be hopping in this turret, and it is surprisingly quick just to eat through all its health. Again, it might have a bit more because of the Mythic Skull. I don't actually know if that affects these turrets. It seems like it does, because normally you don't even overheat. But regardless, you can see it's already smoking. As soon as we hear that alarm, we're good to go. Oh, I thought I heard it. There it is. And so now I'm not in the greatest position. My shields are down. So I'm going to want to play this, you know, as safe as possible. I obviously prefer to get that Wraith, but, you know, I got the Revenant. And now that I blew up the big anti-aircraft here, the reinforcements will actually come through. I don't know what that Wraith is shooting at. Oh, now it's me. And this Wraith will take a while to wear down, but we're not in much danger. To tell you the truth, I could probably get a hijack off on this thing if I wanted. But, you know, if it's just going to sit there patiently and let me blow it up, Revenant, obviously, going to kill things a lot slower, but it will get the job done in time. So, you know, why risk it? Of course, now of all times, the lovely flying insect decided to pay me a visit and buzz around my face, trying to get me killed in LASO here. It's like the Wraith is actually, most of the shots were hitting the tree there, which is kind of funny. Now, we do have 2 hunters, which is obviously less than ideal. Also, do not want to get hit by an EMP blast and killed by the Wraith. Let me see, we're wearing down that Wraith. Whew, that was too close. Fortunately, the Wraith is about the only thing here that will engage us as long as we keep our distance. Most everything will just run around in panic, as you can see. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe we just need to get it down to 2 enemies left for the Pelican to show up. So I think we can actually kill everything but the 2 hunters and be okay. It's gnat flying in my mouth. Please stop. Don't know what it is about insects that makes them so insanely suicidal as to fly at the face of something much larger than them, but you know, you do you, I guess. quickly blow up that fusion coil there, just because I don't want to have anything to do with that. The skirmishers are so fast. And there's the EMP I didn't want. Fortunately, I can still shoot. Skirmisher's gonna dodge into my shot. And again, just picking away at him. No real rush to this. They don't pose any threat. But you know, don't have any need to rush them down. Got one more grunt back there. I think that's all of the cannon fodder. Which means it's time to pelt these hunters. This won't be nearly as fast as killing them with the Gauss cannon like we did on Sword Base, but it's safe. They get bounced around by the Revenant shots, and they're not close enough to actually shoot their weapons at us. I say as one of them lights up for half a second. So we got them. We got them right where we want them. So, tedious part of this run, but a safe strategy. Now the part after this, after we land, I'm hoping that the shooting section won't be too bad. I don't imagine it will, but the Mythic Skull giving everything extra health does have me a little bit worried. Because normally it's no big issue, but we don't have regenerating health, so any little chip of damage is bad. And on top of that, normally you can kill everything just fine. The grenade launcher turret, super OP. But if the Mythic Skull giving everything extra health, it's a little dicier. Kind of hiding behind Wraith here. I see him lighting their weapons up. Now there is a sticky launcher I could go back and get. I don't know how much faster that would make this. And then, as you saw right before we hopped in the Revenant, there's another sticky launcher on the ground you can pick up. Oh, well done, 6. Maybe there was another grunt back there that was keeping it from spawning. But it looks like we killed enough to get the Pelican inbound. The Falcon. Which they are going to try to damage. And you know, I will let them. Pretty sure that Falcon's invincible. Obviously, I could just hop in the Falcon with George, but I'm gonna try to clear out these hunters. Just because, A, I don't want to get shot by them as I get in, and B, I know my shields are down right now. You can see the sparks on my face. So if there's any way I can take a second and find a health pack, I imagine there's one around here somewhere. Well, I will admit, oh, yep, and there they go. So let's look around for a health pack, now that we got all of them taken care of. I'm hoping that there mercifully is one. There we go. Now, I haven't taken any health damage, so I need to find a plasma pistol on one of these guys. I could have gotten back into Revenant to make this easier for myself, but you know, who's here for making things easier? We're playing LASO, damn it. I wonder if my mic will pick up the little gnat buzzing around here. That, and it doesn't really matter what weapons you take in with you, as far as I'm aware, because I'm pretty sure they reset them when you land after the cutscene. Pretty sure they also reset your health as well, but it's already smoking. Well, that's not great, but I know where all the enemy spawns are, so fingers crossed this just goes off without a hitch. Oh, can I airshot it? No, I'm bad. This gnat could not be here right now. These guys aren't a huge threat, I say. Oh, goodbye, buddy! So we can get an angle here, take out this turret as soon as possible, and just pepper this little edge here. Try to get that elite. These shade turrets. The Wraith. I find it very funny to watch these elites just fly. Oh wow, that's great. I think I killed at least 2 elites by knocking them off the thing as opposed to actually killing them properly. So now the rest of this level, it's not too bad. The only potential trouble section coming up is there's a jump I have to make, and you can get lit up doing it, but we'll see. I'll take my time and pick off these guys. Where are you going, dude? Alright, he's too far away. I'm making the call. Snipe out these grunts. Couple nades. Use up my AR, because why not? Alright, hurting me a little. Oh, that's George. Oh god, those grenades are scary. Pop you. Was meant to be a melee sooner, but you know, we'll take it when we can take it. Now I think they're mostly cleared out up here. Got rid of him. I should be pretty safe to do this jump. They all seem pretty distracted with poor George. Oh, except for this guy. Lighting me up. As long as this Banshee doesn't kill me or some bullshit, I should be pretty set. I want to just take the truck down in here. Hop up here. Pop the DMR out. Now what you're going to want to do when you get up here is you'll walk around the corner, there's going to be a grunt with a fusion cannon, and he'll fire twice.
Get in there. Take out that shield.
And then you're going to run in, back smack the elite,
Pick him up as soon as you knock out power to that shield.
and then just kill all the grunts.
Hurry, Lieutenant. We got a frigate inbound to blow that spire as soon as the shield is powered down.
I think that's all of them? Yeah, there we go.
Get out of there.
Tip of the spear. All done. Probably not as quick as I could have done it. Probably was a better solution to killing the hunters than the Revenant, but, you know, it got the job done. That's what matters.
This is Noble One.
Definitively in the mid-game with this mission. There's 3 major parts. The first 3 missions, middle 3, and then the last 3, and then Lone Wolf. Surprisingly pretty easy on LASO, considering all you need to do is die.
One way to get there,
Um,
Hang on to your teeth, people.
Unfortunately, I'm quite scared about every other mission going forward. Long Night of Solace shouldn't be too bad, but it's got the big long space section, which is real bad with the cranked up AI on MCC.
Somebody tell me this ain't happening.
And every other mission, Exodus, you're alone. New Alexandria, you're alone. The package, you start off alone. You do get people by the end of it, but it's still pretty scary. And then Pillar of Autumn. The only safe strats for avoiding things require you taking some health damage with Conch Rifle, and that is not fun when you don't regenerate shields.